Hello guys, Vino here and welcome to this on the go video. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing really well. It's currently 11:05 on the 29th of March 2024. I've not long woken up, as you can probably tell by the kind of bed head. I do have with me a cup of coffee. It's here somewhere. There it is. I do have with me a cup of coffee in the Zelda mug. Can't remember what I've called that now. Some kind of mug, from obligatory to mascot to hero mug. I don't know. It's actually, I think it's literally called a hero mug underneath it or something. Yeah, so I'm going out today with my mum and sister for my mum's birthday meal. It's her birthday on Monday. We're going out today because it's now bank holiday weekend. Today's Good Friday. I'm actually in the hallway right now. I've got all of my Doctor Who, the collection box sets. I've got my Game of Thrones sets there, my individual Game of Thrones sets, because in the back room I've got the limited edition box set that I picked up yesterday, and bloody hell is it nice. It's actual wood, the strap is actual leather, it looks gorgeous. There's going to be a video on it very, very soon. Don't get me wrong about that one. Oh yeah. I can see why it went for £300 when it originally released. I can see why it was so expensive when it originally released. It's a really, really nice set. But the plan today is to take my Doctor Who box sets and Game of Thrones down to CEX, trade it all in, get a voucher, and then get both Supernatural and Game of Thrones on 4K. I might be travelling on the train to a place called Chichester in order to get Supernatural, because the Chichester CX actually has... Oh, that's not very good, is it? The Chichester CX actually has Supernatural physically in stock. I would really like to go somewhere to physically get Game of Thrones on 4K physically, rather than ordering it, but the nearest place is quite far away. It's like a £40 train ticket. I'm not paying £40. It's, thinking about it, it's like that's a third of the price, because it's currently £120 on the CX website for that very set, for the Game of Thrones 4K set. £40 on a trade ticket, that's a third of the price. So economically, it does not make sense to go to that place on the train. So I'll keep looking and see if I can find somewhere locally, and we'll go from there. Basically, yeah, but that's the plan today. Just currently relaxing while I got a cup of coffee, while I head out, and then we'll go from there. Might grab a something small to eat while I'm down CX, and then when I'm from there, because I've got to get 2 buses to go to where me and my mum and my sister are meeting. We're meeting at a Wetherspoons pub. For those who live in the UK, you know what Wetherspoons is. For those of you who don't, it's kind of like a franchise or chained series of pubs here in the UK. We've got a lot of those. We've got the Green King. We've got Wetherspoons. I've forgotten some of the other chains of pubs here in the UK. But Wetherspoons is probably the most known for that. They used to be part of, is it Whitbreads? I think they used to be part of Whitbreads. And Whitbreads used to own Costa, Premier Inn, loads of different things. But yeah, back in the day, Wetherspoons are the ones that actually invented Costa. Costa's now owned by Coca-Cola, which is still weird for me to say. That Costa, which is basically the British equivalent of Starbucks, is now owned by the American company Coca-Cola. Well, technically not. It's owned by the UK arm of Coca-Cola, because there was some stuff around that. It gets complicated. I'm sure you guys know when it comes to rights and bullshit. It gets very complicated. Anyway, it was Wetherspoons. It was the Wetherspoons founder that also founded Costa, because that's how Costa first started. It started with its pubs and then branched out on its own. Yeah. But anyway, what I was going to say is I might grab a small something to eat while I'm down in the first place where CEX is, and then move on to the pub. Don't know what else to say. I'll see you in the next clip, I guess. Hi guys, so I'm back. It's currently just gone 3:15 PM. I had a lovely meal with my mum and sister that I actually treated them to, so that was rather nice. I had a mixed grill, and they both had a barbecue chicken, bacon and cheese panini each. Very nice meal at the pub. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Very full now. I've literally just gotten back, so if I'm a little bit out of breath, I kind of darted around the house to find my inhaler, my asthma inhaler, and what have you. But I took down all of my Doctor Who box sets that I could find. In the back of my head, I swear there's another one somewhere, but I'll have a little bit of a look later on that one. Also, my Game of Thrones box set came away with a £287.50 voucher from CEX. I only needed £200 in order to get both Supernatural and Game of Thrones on 4K. So I got a little something for myself while I was... So just down the road from the pub where we had the lunch was another CEX. And they've had something there for a while that I've had my eye on. And I thought, because I got a bit extra from that voucher, I thought, why not? 2 moments. Trying to do this one-handed. One-handed camera work. It never gets easy, trust me on that one. There we go, we got there in the end. So this is it. This is the Taisho Super Arcade Pocket, I think it's called. Super Arcade Pocket. Super Pocket. Unfortunately, a CX sticker is currently covering over Super Pocket Console. There you go. It's actually on the label if I actually read the bloody label. That's on it. So I've wanted one of these for a while. So this is actually an Evercade. So Evercade is a series of consoles and carts. We'll get to the carts in a moment. That are released by the UK company Blaze. You may know Blaze for releasing those... like Mega Drive handheld console things are like 30 quid. They've done those for many years, and then they basically released Evercade. This is like the fourth console actually that they've released, and they're really popular now. They released the original Evercade, which is like this is like a horizontal. The original is like a landscape. This is vertical. The other one's horizontal. I think I got that mixed up. Oh well, doesn't matter. And then they released the Evercade console Versus. That's what it's called, the Evercade Versus. And then they released the EXT, which is an upgraded version of the Evercade, because the Evercade, there's some carts the Evercade can't play. Plus the EXT also has a Taito mode, which means you can turn it to the side and play Taito mode. And then they partnered up with both Taisho, and they partnered up with Capcom, and they've released these. These are probably the best bang for buck Evercade consoles to be released. You can see it's kind of like a Game Boy form factor there. They take these carts, these Evercade carts, you can put them in the back. You can see it there illustrating that you can put it in the back there. These come pre-installed with 18 arcade classics, which include Space Invaders, Bubble Bubble, the New Zealand Story, and Rastan, among probably many others. And of course it says on the back there, compatible with Evercade carts for over 500 plus games. So yeah, I've wanted one of these for quite some time. and I thought, why not, with the bit of extra. And I got 3 carts. I got the Delphine Software Cinematique Collection 1, which includes Future Wars, Another World, Operation Stealth and Flashback. I wanted this primarily for both Flashback and Another World. I really like those games. I then got this Indie Heroes collection. It feels a little bit... I have checked all these to have the right cards in them. So this has Alien Cat 2, Akunga, Chainbreak, Dedus, Debter, Doodle World, Flea, Foxyland, Kubo 3, Ployd, Quest Arrest, Super Homebrew War, Twin Dragons, and Chosen. So basically what these are a collection of indie games. So the Evercade is primarily for retro gaming, if you couldn't tell that already. But there are some newly released games that have come out on Evercade. And you can buy all of these games through like Steam and other platforms as well. Probably for a lot cheaper than this cart cost me, to be honest. And this has been talked about by other YouTubers and other people. However, it allows you to sort of sample, a bunch of indie games. And then if you like any of them, maybe buy them on another platform or something. But hey, there's a bunch of, indie games. And I also bought this one, which is a dual game cartridge. And it's Xenocrisis and Tanglewood. So Xenocrisis I've definitely heard about. And I wanted to check out, and the graphics look pretty cool. And Tanglewood is some kind of puzzle, side-scrolling puzzle platformer. So I wanted to check that out as well. They did have a couple more cartridges, but one of them was like £38 just for one cartridge, the Lynx collection. But I just wanted a smattering of carts just to sort of check it out. So yeah, I'm probably going to be collecting or reserving Supernatural on Blu-ray from the Chichester that store. And then going down tomorrow to pick that up, because you get 48 hours to pick it up. I don't know whether CEX closes early because there's a bank holiday today here in the UK, and the bank holiday shops do tend to close early. So, and to be honest, I can't be asked to go all the way to Chichester right here, right now. So I'll probably do that tomorrow morning and then come back with that. And I'm probably going to have to order Game of Thrones online. Plus I might, when I go to that Chichester store, I don't know why that's so hard for me to say right now. When I go to that store tomorrow, I might take down a couple of extra bits and bobs. I think I've got a Supernatural DVD set that I got in one of those big DVD lots that I got. Plus I've got a bunch of Doctor Who DVDs upstairs that I bought really cheap off of someone in Facebook Marketplace. Might take those down. We'll see how things go with that. The reason for that is because I now have a £194 voucher, so £6 worth of trading credit. I'm sure I can find that, plus a little bit extra to cover the postage, because it's £2.50 an item now. So yeah, I've had a really nice morning, really nice day, and I'm probably going to get to playing some of this now, and I'll report back to you guys a little bit later what I think of it. Hi guys, Vino here. It's actually been a few days since I recorded the last segment of this video. Just been busy the last couple of days with some things here and there, so haven't had the opportunity to record the end of this this segment, or this video, so to speak. Been playing with this for a couple of days now, and I really like it, I have to say. I'm actually going to turn it on just now. I'm going to do a main video on this at some point, but we're just going to load it up. You get Blaze Entertainment on there. It's back to front for you guys, or back to front for me, but for you guys. There we go. It always starts off rather loud, and it always starts off at the same volume, even when you turn it down. It doesn't remember the volume it was at when you last turned it off. But you've got all of these Taisho games. You've got Bubble Bobble, Kadash, Crack and Pop, Don Doko Dan. Elevated Action I recognise, but I don't recognise many of these. I recognise Bubble Bubble. I recognise the New Zealand Story. I recognise Legend of Kage, Space Invaders, obviously a classic. And of course, I recognise Puzzle Bobble. But the rest, I haven't really ever heard of those. This is actually going to have to irritate me a little bit. But there will be a dedicated video on this at some point, and I have a strong feeling this is now going to be my new sort of collecting thing. Now that I've sold all my Doctor Who, the collection, box sets, what have you, this is probably going to be what I replace collecting things with, so to speak, because I was collecting those Doctor Who, the collection. If I didn't explain why I kind of sold that collection off, so to speak, is some of the box sets, by the way, are going for hundreds of pounds. And I know full well I'm not going to be able to afford to get those at some point. So I've just decided to can that idea. So I may go back to it in many years' time. We'll see where things go. But I'm going to can that idea for now. And to be honest, there are many reasons. I'll own a dedicated video on that at some point as to why I sold all my Doctor Who, the collection box sets. But these games go for about £15 a piece, maybe a bit more depending on the game, so it's about the same price as I was actually buying those Doctor Who the collection sets for. So this is probably going to be the next sort of thing that I collect for. I've got 3 games so far, sorry, that I showed you in an earlier segment of this video, but I've been really enjoying playing some of that. I'm looking forward to picking up some more carts at some point. So I didn't say this in an earlier segment. I can't remember if I said this in an earlier segment. So I actually got a £100 goodwill gesture from PayPal coming at some point. Simply put, I reported them to the financial ombudsman due to a situation that was going on. And as a goodwill gesture, they're going to send me £100. I'm hoping I'll get it this week at some point. We'll see where things are going from there. But obviously that's going to give me a bit of extra money this month. I'm actually tomorrow going to Chichester to pick up Supernatural on Blu-ray. Already have it click and collected, reserved through CX. I'm considering actually going to Aldershot on the Tuesday to pick up a Game of Thrones on the 4K. It's very much at the top. I'm really considering it. I managed to find cheaper tickets. Basically, I managed to find some tickets that are just above 20 quid rather than the nearer 40 quid it looked like they were going to cost. Managed to find some tickets for, I think, £24. I think they were. The other tickets were like £36, so for £12 off. Managed to find some other off-peak tickets, basically for Tuesday. So I'm actually thinking of heading to Aldershot to pick up Game of Thrones on the 4K. And then I'll have it. And I do like sometimes travelling somewhere on a train just to pick something up and come back. Have been enjoying that. Been doing that for the last couple of years or so, here and there. And it's always nice just to go a bit further afield. Sometimes. So essentially I'm using some of that money I'm getting from PayPal to go a bit further afield to pick up Game of Thrones and Supernatural. Does it make sense economically? Absolutely not. I'm not even going to I'm not even going to argue that point. It does not make any sense economically. It's £2.95 to get them delivered, and I'm spending the best part of 30 quid, over 30 quid, in fact, to go and collect them. But sometimes, you do things. Sometimes you do things, that aren't exactly logical. You do things that kind of spur the moment. Just to do it, really. You know what I mean? Sorry, I didn't look like my face was necessarily in focus. I've been out of focus this entire time. For some people, that'd be enjoyable for them. Anyway, sometimes you just do some things that are not, logical or make sense just because, why not? Why not? Sometimes life is full of why nots. So, and it's my money. At the end of the day, if I want to pay £30 or what is it, £25 extra, whatever it's going to be, in order to go and pick these up physically rather than order them. I've been speaking to Luke quite a bit, actually recently, about the whole thing, and he said he'd do it. If he had the money to go and get if he had the money to go and get them physically, he would, even if it cost much more than it would have to get them posted, just because
you know, you get to see it in person, you get to pick it up in person. So I am very close to picking that up physically, so to speak. Just wanted to sign off this vlog. I'm going to be editing this together and getting this on its way, and I'll probably be doing another vlog tomorrow. Don't know where you guys are going to see it, but I'll be recording and recording it, editing it, maybe even uploading it tomorrow. On me going to Chichester to pick up Supernatural on Blu-ray and bringing that back. So you'll probably get a video on that late tomorrow, probably, depending on when I go and get back from from Chichester. And who knows, maybe you'll get one the following day, me going to Aldershot to get Game of Thrones on 4K. I need to double check it's still in stock at Aldershot. But yeah, that's the current plan for the next few days. But until next time, guys, please take care, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.